athletically, but was mentally, but was limited athletically. We did not call a called run for him today, and a couple times when he pulled it, you could tell he just kind of went to the sideline and got on the ground. He was not trying to make anything happen with his feet as he normally does because of his ankle. I thought he competed incredibly hard. I know he's 18 of 31 throwing the ball. I don't know how many drops he had, but I bet he had 7. I bet he had 7 drops, and we're not talking about hard catches. We're talking about balls that were hitting people in the sternum. I thought he competed his tail off. I don't think he was limited at all mentally. I thought he played a very focused, dialed-in game for how limited he was during the course of the week with getting reps because of his ankle. I thought he was dialed in and played an excellent game.
Skip, the play before the field goal, you had a 3rd and 1, and if you get that first down, you're kicking on the last play of the game. Or
yes.
How much did that hurt to go wide and then have it go to a 5-yard loss and kind of the negative momentum of that?
Yeah, we had an inside play called initially, and then we had been having some success up the middle. It wasn't half a yard. It was about a yard and a half. It was a little bit longer, and I felt like with as much as we had gone up inside, Coach Fitch mentioned that we get on the perimeter with the big T, which I thought really was a good idea. With as much as we had run quarterback sneaks and the fullback bellies and things like that up inside, but we didn't execute it. We ran by one defender, but again, I don't think it's as much the play call as the job that we did executing the play. Because they did have the middle of it loaded.
You mentioned the running game. There for Temple, the way that they cut a lot of stuff inside with the running back and then the quarterback options, the draws seemed to. I don't know what.
No, I don't think the inside zone really hurt us at all. The only thing where they schematically got us, they put an extra tight end in, and they went to they had 2 linemen, a tight end, and a tight end on the line of scrimmage. And they were running the power play out wide. They hit us with that a couple times down into the red zone, but I don't think it was the inside zone that hurt us as much as the power play did on the perimeter.
Great, last one.
Skip, you went into this game still hopeful you were in contention for a Big East title.
Yes.
With 0-2 start, you kind of lose a lot of that. What do you give them as motivation, right? Is it just pride at this point, or a bowl,
there's still 6 games left to play. I think it's way too early to start just talking about pride. I think there's 6 games left to play, and we play a great game. We represent a great university, and we're all hurting a little bit. And I say all. I know the players, the coaches, the fan base, the alumni, the administration, to go through this 4-game loss that we've gone through. As I said, I have yet to see anybody on the inside throw their arms up or put their head in the sand. We're going to keep plugging. We're going to keep working at it. It's the only way I know how to try and get it straight. As I told the players, there's going to be a time in their life they're going to lose 3 days in a row. And where they throw their arms up in the air and say, okay, now we just go to work every day for pride. I said, losing doesn't build that character we always talk about, it reveals it. And this is when you learn the most about yourself when you're going through hard times. And this is when you circle the wagons and you come together and you make your circle tighter. It's easy to play this game when you're winning. Everybody's patting you on the back and loving you and praising you, and you're getting a whole lot of credit. But when it's hard, it's in times like now, people are going to snicker and laugh and point fingers and talk about what could have been. But yet the only way I know how to compete is to roll your sleeves up and go to work every single day, just like in life. There's a lot of people that have gone through difficult times or have heartaches or have hard things that are facing them. And I think the lessons that are learned in this game are not just learned in the wins when everything's going great, but are learned in these difficult times. And I think we have an obligation as coaches to keep in perspective what we have to do. And so like I said, I'm not going to take an approach where I'm going to throw my arms up and say, well, all there is pride, and let's just give it the good old college try. I've got too much pride in this university to just throw our arms up and say, well, there's very little left to play for. I think there's a lot left to play for. As Sam Barrington said in that locker room, I may only have 6 games left in my entire career. I'll be damned if I'm going to put my shoulder pads on a hook and mope around and put my head in the sand.
Thanks.